Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to another episode in my story time with PyroJoe series. Now apologies first of all if my voice does sound a bit off. I am slowly coming down with an illness. It's slowly overcoming my body, and essentially I'm slowly getting this illness. I think like everybody in my college has got this illness at some point, so it's only logical that my turn is up next. So apologies if my voice does sound at all croaky or overall not up to scratch. But for those of you who watched my last story time with PyroJoe, the support on it was actually insane. I honestly wasn't expecting so many people to enjoy the video and overall leave so many positive comments. Obviously it didn't get as many views as my other videos do, but I mean that can be expected when it's a completely different game and overall different content. But regardless, I've just thought I'd make another video about something that happened to me just over a year or two ago now. It was actually the day before I received my GCSE results, and it's actually a really crazy story. Like, it's probably the closest I've ever been to dying. I mean, that probably sounds super dramatic and a lot more dramatic than the situation actually was, but overall, like, to me it feels like it's the closest I've ever been to death, so it's quite a weird story. But essentially, here is the scenario. It was the day before results day, and I was just chilling, you know, I didn't really have any huge concerns, and I went to my local supermarket, I guess you could call it. It was Lidl, and I bought an energy drink just because my diet at the time was extremely unhealthy. I'm not saying that now it is healthy, it's just it was extremely unhealthy back then. So I just went and bought an energy drink, and I just came back home and was just chilling on YouTube like I spent most of my days in the holiday. This wasn't abnormal. I usually drink energy drinks quite often, especially around that time period. It wasn't abnormal for me to just like drink a can or like a bottle of energy drink at a time, so it really was just nothing out of the ordinary. And the day went on fine. It got to about 7, 8, maybe even 9 PM. Usually I was going to bed at around like 1 AM or something. My sleeping pattern was fairly messed up at the time, and I just noticed like my left arm just slowly started to become numb. Like I really struggled moving it, and overall it just seemed really numb, and I thought that is really not right. And I just thought maybe it was just the way I was sat, and it had gained circulation at some point. And another hour or so went on, and it got to about 10 o'clock, and my left leg started to go numb. Literally, the left side of my body just was slowly turning numb, and I was losing all this feeling on the left side of my body. It was such a crazy experience, and I was panicking, and overall, I figured out something must be going wrong, and it may be due to the fact that I drank this energy drink, and the whole left side of my body is just completely malfunctioning. So I measured my heart rate, and keep in mind, the average heart rate for someone of my age is between 60 to 80 beats per minute. So that's every minute your heart beats at around 70 on average beats per minute. Currently mine is about 60, and that's just when I'm sat down relaxing, the same as I was on that day. And I checked my heart rate to see, just out of curiosity, what it was, and it was like 170 or 180, and that is more than my heart rate after sprinting or a vigorous exercise. It was through the roof. I don't think my heart rate has ever been that high before. So after I saw this, naturally I googled my symptoms, and if there's one thing you shouldn't do when something just isn't right in your body, it is to Google your symptoms, because I diagnosed myself with the following: a stroke, a very minor stroke at that, but a stroke nonetheless, and a heart attack. So after doing some research, I just figured that I was either having a heart attack or a stroke, and either way was at risk of dying. And I just went to bed and was fully creeped out. And I am asthmatic as well. It's not really that bad anymore, but when I was little I used to be very, very asthmatic, and I still have to take the inhalers. So I took the inhaler and went to bed, and I woke up. Keep in mind, this is the day we went to school to collect our results, our end of school results, and I went there, and my heart rate was still at about 140, which is still double what it should be. But I went to get my results, everything was fine, and I didn't die. But I mean, that to me feels like the closest I've ever been to death. The whole left side of my body was numb. I just assumed I was having a stroke or a heart attack, and it took a few days for my heart rate to actually reset. It was nearly triple what it should have been, which is such an awful thought. And yeah, I mean, I probably wasn't close to dying, but I mean, like, that's the weirdest, most creepy experience that's happened to me. So yeah guys, I don't know if any of you have had any like weird near-death experiences, but it'd be really cool if you guys like let me know if you have. down below, because I think it's such a crazy thing, like the whole getting close to death. Like, it's so crazy and such a scary thought. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again. Thank you for giving this series a chance, because it's really nice to just sit down and talk with you guys and just, you know, just tell you guys some stories about the stuff that's happened to me in my life, and it's really awesome to communicate with you as well. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, please remember to leave a like and let me know what you thought down below. That's just about it. Thanks again for watching, guys, and peace.